In every real man, a child is hidden that wants to play, said Friedrich Nietzsche. Welcome to my podcast, You Can Be Unstoppable. My name is Ewelina Szczeblewska, and this is episode number 23. I'm not sure about you, but I wasn't aware of the term inner child a few years ago. It was only after I set off on my self-development journey that I discovered my wounded inner child. It was quite a revelation to me, but it explained a lot. In every one of us, there is an inner child that lives within our psyche. It's part of our subconscious mind. This part of us is very powerful and very complex. Most of the time, we are not even aware that she's there, as she tends to take over when we face challenges or difficulties. This is because, as we deal with difficult and challenging situations, we tend to become less aware and more automatic in the way we respond. We operate from the subconscious mind, the autopilot of the operating system, which is us. This is hugely significant as this affects all areas of our lives. Our decisions, emotional responses, work, behavior, absolutely everything. Imagine trying to engage in an adult relationship or create a professional career or build a business from an emotional perspective of, let's say, an 8-year-old girl. Pretty impossible, but this is exactly what we are doing. She won't be calling the shots all the time, but she will at the most crucial times. A wounded child means a wounded adult. An adult that her childhood emotional needs were not met, which created a vacuum that was never filled. When you have a tantrum over the fact that, let's say, your work colleague is getting away with a missed deadline, or when you have an emotional meltdown because your current client is not paying on time, or you withdraw every time someone disagrees with you, when you push people away, or when you don't feel qualified enough to apply for that dream job, what happens is that something had triggered you, and you experience spontaneous age regression. You regressed back to your childhood when you used exactly the same techniques to move you away from pain, punishment, or rejection. If, when we were children, our developmental needs were not met, we withheld, repressed our emotions, especially anger and hurt, most likely grew up to be an adult with an angry, hurt child inside. This child will affect your adult life from time to time, usually in times of distress, or when you face some work issues, relationship problems. We may have problems with codependence, trust issues, or feel unworthy and not good enough when we're going through this pattern. When we are children till about the age of 7, we create beliefs about the world, about ourselves. We take in everything that we hear, that we experience, how we are treated by our parents, by everyone around us that we interact with. All of that gets absorbed by the subconscious mind. Later on, as adults, when we make decisions, our responses, everything really gets filtered through our subconscious mind. What's important to remember is that the subconscious processes information much faster than the conscious mind. This is why we repeat the same mistakes, we struggle to go after that dream job or put our services out there as we fear being visible because our conscious and subconscious are in conflict. The only way to make things right is to reconnect with the inner child. Gain an understanding of what needs were not met when you were a little girl. Feel the emotions that need to be felt. Heal that inner child and love it deeply. And never forget to look after it for the rest of your life. Just because we are adults, it doesn't mean that we can't be playful and joyful. We don't need to be all serious and business. And especially for us ladies, we need to step into our feminine power. The healing process can be uncomfortable, but so necessary if you want to move on and free yourself from the past conditioning. There are many methods out there that you can use to reconnect and heal your inner child, but hypnosis is by far the quickest and lasting method. It also goes very deep, so the depth of change is profound and meaningful. There are numerous benefits that you can experience once you heal your inner child. It will lead to a more complete sense of self. It will boost your confidence and motivation. You will become more spontaneous and playful. It will help you to release repressed emotions that are holding you back. You will feel so much more powerful, setting up clear boundaries and sticking to them. Your self-compassion and self-acceptance will improve dramatically alongside the self-confidence. This will improve many areas of your life as much as your career or business. I hope that this episode helped you to understand that no matter where you are at, you can turn your life around. Once you heal and reconnect with your inner child, your life and work and business and so many other aspects of your life will improve significantly. Thank you very much for listening, and if you think that this podcast is of value, then please share it with friends and family. And if you would like to work with me, you can book a consultation by following a link located in the description of this podcast.